This is a 20-minute full body workout. Everything we do is going to be on the floor, either on your hands and knees or up on your hands and toes. It's going to have a lot of focus on the shoulders and back, so that's the deltoids, which is the top of the shoulder. We call those the delts. The trapezius, or the traps, which is the big muscle that connects at the bottom of your neck. And then the latissimus dorsi, those big muscles down your side kind of cover over your ribs and wrap around your back toward your spine. The lats. Modifications, I show a lot of things up on the toes or in a pike. You can still be on your knees if that's more comfortable. I do recommend some hand weights, light ones, but you don't have to have them. We're going to start hands and knees on the floor with opposite extensions. So bringing, for example, your right arm and your left leg straight out and alternating. This is a great move for the back, but it kind of also serves as a warm-up here. It's getting everything moving, getting the core engaged lightly, getting the arms and legs in motion. So if you haven't done a warm-up yet, the minute that we do of these extensions and then the next move also can serve as a 2-minute little warm-up to get your blood flowing. Notice here that I'm just using the hand weights for stability for my wrist, but if you ever want to step up these moves, most of them you can continue to do while holding a small hand weight, just for some extra arm work. We're going to get ready to do a similar motion, but with our arms and legs bent, and we'll be taking them out to the side. So you'll bend your elbow and your knee and bring them out to the side instead of out in front. A lot of the things in this particular workout we aren't necessarily going to do for a full minute. Some things will take longer where we'll be counting reps. Some things will be shorter and we'll be moving quickly through some of the movements. So that is why I don't have a clock up for this one and I don't have 20-second warnings because mostly that wouldn't be needed today. We're going to get ready to come up into a hand plank position. Now, if you need to stay on your knees here, that's fine. I would like for you to try to do this in a hand plank. You're going to bring your knee up to your opposite elbow. This is a really good move for the core, but everything we're doing in this position, being up on our hands and knees or hands and toes, is going to keep the shoulders and the upper back working as well. Now you can stay in that hand plank position or feel free to come down to your knees here and get into a modified hand plank. We're going to be lifting an arm out to the side, opening the chest, bring it back down, lift the other arm out to the side. So this is the easiest version. Again, to step it up, you could do this on your toes. If you want to make it even a little more difficult, you could use some light hand weights. And rest. We're going to get ready for 10, 10, 10 arms. This is where I do recommend having a weight. You'll notice I put those fives out of the way. I actually come down to threes here, but you can do all of this also with no weights if that's where you would like to start. You're going to pull your arm up 10 times in a row. It doesn't matter which arm you start with. I think I start with my right one. 10 rows. And after your 10 rows, you're going to do 10 butterflies. Just bring that arm up and out to the side. And then you're going to pull your elbow back, anchor it up against your side, and do a tricep lift. 10 of those. And that's going to be the pattern. So after you complete that on this arm, then you're going to do the same thing, 10 of each, on the other arm, and you're going to do 3 sets on each arm. So you'll do this a total of 6 times. Now, rather than switching to your left arm for the second time, or your second arm for the second time, you can do your first arm twice consecutively. So you can do right, left, right, right, left, left. If you would like to try that, I feel like it's a little more challenging to do the same arm twice in a row, but as long as you're getting 3 total sets on each arm, it doesn't matter if you want to mix it up in that way. And for this third set, I always like to try to mix it up just a little bit and start with a different move. So I'm going to start with the tricep lift and work backwards. Do the butterfly and then do the row. So you can do it exactly the same way all 3 times, or on that third round you can mix it up if you would like to do that. Sometimes I change it up all 3 rounds. So feel free to mix and match these however you like, as long as you're getting all of the reps done on both arms. You are probably finishing up with your 10 10 10 arms. When you're done, come up into a pike, wiggle around, get comfortable. We're going to come back into a squatting bear and back up into a pike. We'll do 10 of these. And when you're done with your 10 pike to squatting bears, then we're just going to come down into a bear and hold. When you come down into That bear, because you've been doing a squatting bear, you probably are going to have to shift your hands back a little bit or bring your feet forward to get into a bear. We're doing a 30-second hold on this bear. So that's toes digging into the mat, knees off the mat just barely. It helps to look at your knees. You want to see them as close as possible to the mat without actually touching the mat. And you're going to feel that in your legs. And then rest. Now we're going to do a right leg extension. I come up into a pike to do this, so that's getting a little more work in the abs, a little more work in the shoulders. Take that leg up, point that toe, and we're going to hold. But if your arms are too tired, or if this is not a comfortable position for you, you can do this also on your hands and knees. Just bring your right leg straight back. Or you could split the difference and do it in a hand plank position, but I feel like that would be even more difficult than the pike. Then we're going to bring that knee into your chest and kick it back in a mule kick. We're going to do 30 seconds of this. Really focus on keeping your back flat here. That's going to mean that your pelvis has to be tilted a little bit to maintain that flat back so it's not curving around. Bring that knee all the way in, kick it all the way back. Couple more, and put that foot down. Take a second just to kind of even everything out, pedal out your legs if you need to. We're going to take the left leg straight back, same thing, point that toe, hold for 30 seconds. Again, if you're in a pike, be very aware of your form, especially with your back. Don't feel like your foot on the ground has to be flat either. It is okay to be on your toes a little bit, to have a little bit of a bend in your knee. Just a few more seconds. And we're going to bring that knee into our chest, kick it back, just like on the other side. Try to get it all the way back, nice and high, nice straight leg. Just a few more seconds. We're going to put that foot down, same thing. Kind of reset, and then we're going to do our pike into a squatting bear, 10 more of these. And when you're done with your 10 of those, you can come down, stretch it out just a little bit, catch your breath. I come into a modified child's pose here where I pull my arms back, pull those shoulders back, palms face up alongside your legs, just to kind of give the shoulders a little bit of a break here. And then when you're ready, you can come back to your hands and knees position. We're going to stick our right leg straight back into a hamstring curl. You can think like a bicep curl, except you're using your hamstring instead of your bicep. This is one that you can also do up in a pike if you want more of a challenge. But if you're already tired of holding that position, then feel free to stay on your hands and knees here. And we're going to take that leg straight back and hold. This alternating of movement with holds can help build stamina in the muscles, so that's why it's a form that I really like to use, alternating the movement versus the static hold. we're going to put that leg down, take the left leg straight back, do that hamstring curl. The trick with your form on these hamstring curls is to try to keep your knees stable. It really helps if you have a mirror, but if not, just really think about trying to not let your knee move, just bend. We're going to take it back and hold. You are in the home stretch. We only have one more move, and then we're going to take the last few minutes to do some stretches. So you are almost done. And rest. We're going to come back up in a hand plank if you can. If not, stay on your hands and knees and bring your knee up to the same side elbow. You want to bring that knee out around wide. You should get an oblique crunch here. We're going to do a minute of this. Breathe through it. Make sure your back is staying straight. Make sure you're tall in your shoulders, don't sink down. Get that good side crunch. Almost there. Just a couple more. Breathe through it. And rest. Very good. Now we're going to do some stretches. We have really killed the shoulders, so we're going to do some shoulder stretches. But we're going to start just with a child's pose. I'm doing a wide knee child's pose here. Sometimes I have to adjust a couple times to find the angle that feels just right. And once you get there, you can just rest. Relax your shoulders, relax your forehead into the mat. Or if your forehead isn't quite getting there today, you can stack your hands or stack your fists for that support. You just want to be able to disengage your neck. And then bring one arm under, tuck it under the other arm. You should feel that open behind your shoulder blade. I brought my right arm so that right shoulder blade is getting some space, some blood flow. And then you can bring your other arm out in front so that your elbows are kind of crisscrossed past each other, palms up, leaning into it, and that's going to stretch those shoulder blades out even more. Nice deep breaths. Big inhales, long, slow exhales to tell your body to relax. Let those muscles go. Pull that first arm out in front so that now just the second arm is getting the solo stretch. Let it have some time. Feel your breath lengthening all of your back. Your back did a lot of work today too, holding your form. And then pull that first arm back in front so your arms are crisscrossed again, but now the other arm is in front. When you're ready, you can uncross your arms, stay on the ground if you like, or slowly make your way up. I like to do a little ragdoll at the end, just kind of letting my head and my arms hang. You can cross your arms at the elbows if you like for some change in your center of gravity, kind of pulls on things differently. Or you can grab an ankle and stretch out that way. You can grab both ankles on the inside or the outside. If you're doing extra movements, try to move with your breath. I like this stretch where I spread my legs as wide as I can, put my hands in between my feet, tuck my head under. It just gives a nice good stretch kind of all the way from the bottom of your feet to the tippy top of your head. When you're done, stand it up slowly. Great job! You got in your workout and you got in some stretches, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.